Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Fernando Velarde, National Referee. Second referee, Mr. Jethronel Paredes, National Referee. Let's call on our starting lineup from our PETRO GAZZ Angels. Let's begin with jersey number 1, Maria Lourdes Clemente. At number 2, Janelle Welch Cheng. Wearing jersey number 8, Aiza Pontillas. At number 9, Mary Remy Joy Palma. Number 5, Gretchel Soltones. And number 20, Jonah Sabete. Starting libero is number 18, Shien Marianne Ariel Cruz. Head coach, Mr. Oliver Alan Almadro. Calling on our Farm Fresh Foxies. Let's begin with jersey number 4, Kim Allison Estenzo. Correction, number 4, Kate Santiago. Wearing jersey number 7, Jade Hentapa. At number 8, team captain, Cloan Sok Mondoniedo. Number 9 is Jasmine Gail Pascual. Number 13, April Tagsip. And number 21, Samantha Nolasco. Starting libero is number 2, K. Jeline Lazo. And head coach is Mr. Jerry Yee. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board.
Here are your starters. Start a new way to watch the PVL via the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for as low as 99 pesos per month. And we're looking at the PETRO GAZZ Angels. Your starting lineup, Palma, Clemente, Maizo Pontilla, Soltones, Sabete, Cheng, and Cruz as well. In the Farm Fresh Foxies side, Tagsip will be starting, as well as Nolasco, Santiago, Hentapa, Pascual, Mondoniedo, and Lazo. Interesting change-up for Coach Jerry Yee here in the first game. This is the PVL Invitational Conference. We welcome you back. Set 1 action is now underway with the serve.
Well, because they're a new team, talking about Farm Fresh Foxies, of course, Coach Jerry will try to find, different sixes to see what will work.
Right. This is their 3rd game so far. 10th match in the Invitational Conference, and the first point on the board will go to the PETRO GAZZ Angels.
Yeah, Pontillas with an off-speed there. One thing we have to mention also from the Farm Fresh Foxies, they're known for their defense. Very stable in terms of defending their court. So that's one thing they can use in today's game and hopefully try to frustrate PETRO GAZZ Angels.
So it's battle of the wits aside from, the experience coming into today's game. Kayang-kaya pa ng Farm Fresh Foxies. Despite being a young team, they have experience now in the Invitational Conference as we see them trying to attack. PETRO GAZZ here. Cheng will go to the wing. Block though, and that will get the first point on the board by Farm Fresh. And this is our chance to head on over to Jaime Ascalon for something from the court side, Jaime.
After a win against the Photon Tornadoes, it was a day of goodbyes for MJ Phillips as she had her last meal with her teammates eating unlimited Korean barbecue before departing for Korea. Sabi nga ni Remy, medyo may iyakan na naganap entering their cars, but MJ will always be supporting. She even sent a good luck text message this early morning. But it's been an adjustment for Remy without her partner in crime, having to work harder on the defensive side of things. One thing about Remy though, she loves a good challenge. And the challenge now is to mentor the young middle blockers of PETRO GAZZ. Now let's go back to enjoying this match, which you can experience in the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for just 99 pesos. Back to you, Yanni and Noreen.
There's a lot of challenges then going back to the report of Jaime. Thank you, Jaime. Coming into the Invitational, we have new teams. We have players from the collegiate going into the pro ranks. So it's very exciting kahit na short yung Invitational conference natin.
Oh, of course. But I like what Jaime said, that's a good report because all of us, I mean, when we talk about people going to another country to play like MJ Phillips, like the likes of Jaja Santiago Marquez, we can't help but be proud as Filipinos that, oh, MJ Phillips is actually going to Korea. So, I mean, that's such a great story for Petro Gazz and for MJ Phillips.
That's right. As we see Farm Fresh here with the attack. Oh, Petro Gazz unable to save that one, and Farm Fresh will get the lead, a 1-point lead here as Pascual goes over to the service line.
Well, early on, you can see Petro Gazz Angels a bit slow, maybe too early in the day to start their game, but this is where Farm Fresh has to take advantage. You acknowledge the fact that they seem a bit slow, their start is slow. What can we do about it? Let's speed up our play. Good pass, good plays.
Speaking of speeding up their play, the 4th point of Petro Gazz came from a quick and an attack. Remy Palma to think for that one. Aiza here in the serve. Lazo with the first ball. Mondoñedo will go to Hentapa. Cross court there. Soltones. And that is too strong for Petro Gazz.
Can't seem to find their form yet. She was directly beneath that ball. Sabete just lost track of the court.
Coach Oliver Almadro here on the sidelines for the Petro Gazz Angels. It's 5 serving 4 here. Ooh. Soltones. Santiago here. Petro Gazz will try. Cheng goes to Gretschel again, and adjustment midair is good.
Well, Yanni, you were talking about widths. Obviously, Petro Gazz has the advantage in terms of the widths, like you said, and the experience, and that's what they're using. They know they're a bit slow right now, so they're just using their volleyball smarts.
That's right. I hope everyone has their cup of coffee. Energetic. Yeah, breakfast. Early start for us, but we'll take it. It's 4 games for today, and it's the the first game day coming up from that long break. Tagsip here will serve.
Yeah, hailing from Adamson, the Adamson program.
That's right, with Kate Santiago and Trisha Tubu amongst the mix of College of St. Benilde for Farm Fresh, and that cross court is good by Gretsch again for Petro Gazz.
So our question of the day is who's gonna score more? Aiza Maiza Pontiles or Pascual, but Gretchen Sultan is probably wondering, why is my name not there? Why am I not part of the choices?
Oh, yeah naman. Given na kasi siya.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Number 2 in scoring here thus far.
That's true. Combination play. Oh, Kate Santiago tried to make something out of that one, but too long for her.
Miscue there, an overset. And again, like Sabete earlier, Santiago found herself beneath that ball.
Rem Palma, 7 serving 6. It's set number 1. And up, Santiago. Back row attack though. Hentapa, what did you see there?
I think she was just too tentative in the way she went to hit that.
That's right, and we head on over to this technical timeout courtesy of Petro Gazz. We'll be back. Bingo Plus, the first live streaming bingo in the Philippines. Welcome back here in the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. We're looking at set 1 action, Farm Fresh Foxies versus the Petro Gazz Angels. Yanni Mayo here with Naringo and Jaime Ascalon giving us the situation from the sidelines. Zam Nolasco, as you saw a while ago. Rem Palma, the Petro Gazz will come off of a 3-0 run. Let's see if they can maintain that with a dive from Farm Fresh. Sabete. PETRO GAZZ looking for a touch. First referee says there is. And they continue that run.
Yeah, they called it. It did go off Nolasco's hands there. But you know, it's a pretty good start for Farm Fresh for me right now. But you're right, PETRO GAZZ, couple of string of points here, so Farm Fresh needs to stop.
PETRO GAZZ slowly making the lead bigger for the team. Attack from the back row. That one sails out though, and Farm Fresh will inch closer.
A couple of missed hits on the side of Jonah Sabete early on here in the first set. Needs to find her form.
Rhythm. Mondoñedo, team captain with a serve. Cheng with a quick and attack by Des Clemente, and that's good with a cross court.
Well, Jaime mentioned earlier, Rem Palma has the task of trying to mentor these younger middle blockers. Des Clemente is one of them, but I mean, that's a great output from Des Clemente.
Cheng with a serve. Santiago with a first up by Mondoñedo. Santiago tries. Ooh, quick set and attack blocked though by Farm Fresh. PETRO GAZZ tries again. That one sails outside. And Farm Fresh with their 8th point here in set number 1.
Yeah, good defense on the side of Farm Fresh Foxies, but we gotta mention good coverage on the side of PETRO GAZZ. But yet another error. PETRO GAZZ has to be careful with their errors here.
Errors might be the name of the game for this match. And PETRO GAZZ tried to cover that, unable to get it through. Farm Fresh will now go up again in the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're doing it in defense. You know, they're blocking here. It's really on point here in set number 1.
And Farm Fresh, prior to the break, they had a good outing in their first game. They were able to keep it neck and neck. Their second game, lumayo na, yung Choco Mucho. Seems like this game, let's see if they can maintain, you know, the deadlocks and the score, and see if they can get their first set win.
And that's going to be huge if Farm Fresh can get their first set victory, I mean, in the tournament, because that's going to build their confidence.
That's right. As we saw, another point awarded to PETRO GAZZ. Kate Santiago unable to dive for that one. And Soltones will head on to the service line as we look at that closely.
Well, you like what Janelle Cheng is doing, running the middle there, giving Des Clemente her own version of confidence there in the middle.
Is it harder to set to the middle blocker if you're a setter than the wing spikers?
Well, it really depends on the pass for me. It will be harder for them to set or to run the middles if the pass is an errant pass. I mean, your go-to is always the wing hitters. But, I mean, Cheng is one of the better setters in our country. So, if you ask her, do you have a hard time? She'll probably say no.
Ah.
I'm used to it. Bring it on.
A challenge that she is willing to take on.
Oh, yeah.
And she looks like she's not having a hard time anyway. So we have Des Clemente here, 12 serving 11. Farm Fresh goes to the wing with that back set. PETRO GAZZ has the ball. Adjustment mid-air for Jonah. Pascual cross court, and that gets it through for Farm Fresh.
Well, that should actually boost her morale. Talking about Pascual, we did mention off the air that she's one of the star players in the university tournament. So, you know, I mean, it's good for her to get those kills and try to, you know, find her rhythm.
That's right. Pascual, NCAA season 98 best opposite spiker here in the pros, coming from College of St. Benilde. But there was a touch, and the point will be awarded to PETRO GAZZ. And we thank Jonah Sabete for that.
And finally, she gets a kill there after a couple of hitting errors. Now she hits it off the blockers.
Aiza with that serve. Mondoñedo with a back set. Tagsip with that. PETRO GAZZ goes to the back row. Soltones finds the corner for that one.
Well, you know, Soltones, again, she's number 2 right now in scoring, tied with Tots Carlos in that position. You know, she's one of your first options if you're PETRO GAZZ. So wherever she is, Farm Fresh, you gotta make sure you man her.
Right, the anticipation for Farm Fresh is important. Reverse set down the line by Rem Palma. That one sails out, though, giving the point to Farm Fresh.
That looked good, sounded good, but it was out. Yeah, so Farm Fresh, lucky break there.
Right, and her face, Rem Palma was like, oh.
But it sounded really nice from
Yeah.
here.
And Tapa here on the service. Coming from Davao City. Over on 2. Anticipated by Farm Fresh over Doug, though. PETRO GAZZ, will they keep it alive? They do. Mondonero goes to Tagsip. Single block by Jonah. Mondonero to the back row, this time from Hentapa. Back row attack by Gretchen Sotones.
Well, that's one of the best rallies we have so far in the match. And, you know, if you need a point, really, Gretchen Sotones, again, we said, is the primary option, and she goes off the high hands there.
That's right. You guys can get in on the conversation, hashtag PVL, on Twitter and all of our social media spaces. For everyone watching in Pilipinas Live, hello and welcome. There is a poll below. You can engage with us there.
Get into the action.
That's right, not just the players. Oh, and the chase is no good for PETRO GAZZ. Farm Fresh still with the pressure, super near in the scores with 15-14 right now in favor of PETRO GAZZ.
Well, that's one player that personally I want to look out for. Kate Santiago played so well with Adamson, and you
Right.
want her to shine here in the PVL.
That's true. Tagsip with that serve. Soltones again, blocked though. Sabete from the back and Tapa first ball. Mondoñedo goes to Kate Santiago cross court. Aiza will set to Gretzel. Are we even surprised at this point?
She has her rhythm, obviously. Talking about Soltones.
That's right, and she sends us over to the technical timeout. We'll be back. Parating na ang FIBA World Cup 2023 sa Signal Pay-Per-View. Mag-avail ng early bird offer sa halagang 550 pesos until July 15 para mapanood ang lahat ng games, commercial-free, and in high definition. At pwede pang manalo ng authentic Gilas Pilipinas merchandise. Visit Signal TV for more details. Available din sa mga satellite subscribers. Welcome back to the PVL. We just came off of that second technical timeout. And that ball was wide for Gail Pascual. PETRO GAZZ 17, Farm Fresh 14.
PETRO GAZZ wanting right now. You had a pretty slow start, so to speak, but right now they're looking at pulling away here in the first set.
PETRO GAZZ has 14 attacks, Farm Fresh has 3, while the errors of Farm Fresh is 8, while PETRO GAZZ has 3 in set number 1. Farm Fresh has to limit those errors over here, and they score a point and will get this chance to toss it over to Jaime Ascalon for this report.
Thanks, Yanni. Well, one key piece for the Farm Fresh Foxies that is still missing is Micah Go, who suffered from an ACL injury. And I had a chance to talk to her earlier today. Sabi nga niya that November, if all goes well, is her return. But right now, she is the assistant coach of a Farm Fresh Foxies. So if you look to your right, Yanni and Noreen, you'll see her screaming, yelling, and cheering on her teammates as support to her teammates. Now I send it back to the panel.
Thank you, Jaime. We love supportive teammates, you know, in the broadcast channel, even in our teams here. Micah Go is sitting to our right, as Jaime said, of course, cheering on the Farm Fresh Foxies and her teammates back in the collegiate league.
Yeah, well, good news there for the fans of Micah Go. I mean, hopefully by the year end, she can catch some action here.
Right, we'll see how she does as well with the Foxies and Coach Jerry Yee's squad. Cheng with a serve. Pascual with an up. PETRO GAZZ has the ball. Back set to Aiza, read by Gail Pascual.
Well, again, defense, net defense, blocking, working well for Farm Fresh today.
And that's what you said in the earlier part of the broadcast. Blocking is something that they're really good at. Farm Fresh.
Defense in general, actually.
Right. Soltones catches the net with that one. It's 18-17 here, and Coach Jerry will have a couple of substitutions. Hentapa will go out, and Estoque will come in this ball game.
Score po natin 18-all.
There is a timeout though, and we'll listen in.
Nakikita naman natin na nalilate naman, mapasok naman eh. Okay, pag may pagkakataon, play tayo pag meron chance ha. Binibigay para may hatid natin na maayos, okay? And tiyaga, target dalawang dulo. Okay, let's go. Isa pa, pasa, pasahan muna natin ha, pasahan muna. Go, let's go. Okay, go. Target ha.
Quick timeout there by Coach O, telling his team na pasa lang yung importante. As a player, anong nakukuha sa ganitong timeout?
Well, it's actually also trying to, freeze the run of Farm Fresh because they, PETRO GAZZ just saw their lead dwindle. Now it's a tied ball game. So, well, he talked about the passing, and obviously that was not there.
And speaking of Farm Fresh, they have 3 blocks so far. PETRO GAZZ with none. Here in set number 1, Kate Santiago will continue to serve.
Another good one.
Combination play, off-speed hit, blocked though. Cheng will go to Pontillas, blocked again by Estoque. Aiza will try again down the line this time. Point goes to PETRO GAZZ.
No, they call a block touch? Okay. I saw the linesman actually signaled that it went out.
Right. 19 all here in our scoreboard.
Okay, it's a good game. And, Yanni, if this is any indication of how long this day is going to be in volleyball, then we're in for a long day.
We're in for an exciting day as well, guys.
Yeah.
Overpass, blocked by Estoque. Another block here by Farm Fresh. The point, though, will go to PETRO GAZZ Angels.
Yeah, Sabete hit that off the blockers. But again, you have to commend the blocking of Farm Fresh. They have, they challenge the offense of PETRO GAZZ.
PETRO GAZZ, though, with a long serve. Tagsip will come back in for Coach Jerry Yee. And service here by Farm Fresh, by Zam Nolasco. 20 all.
Oh, that's close.
The chase. And they find an opening. Jonas Sabete for that one.
That's how creative and how talented Jonah Sabete is. Obviously not her normal fiery start, but she knows that. So now she's trying to feel her way around this match.
Des Clemente here, 21 serving 20. She has 3 attack points so far. Kate Santiago with that first ball. Estoque will try, block though. Mondonero will go to the other side. Cheng chooses the wing. Soft touch there by Jonah. Lazo to Pascual. And that one goes outside. PETRO GAZZ 22-20.
Yeah, too far. That was too far for her comfort. But good, good effort though. We see that they're fighting, here in this first set at least.
It's the 3rd game of Farm Fresh here in the pros. Neck and neck with PETRO GAZZ. Soltones with that one. Cheng to Aiza Pontillas. Cross court.
Well, you have to credit half that point to Cheng. Really, what a great shoot set. Look at that.
As we see the replay here on your screens, and we head on over to a timeout called by Coach Jerry Yee.
ay crucial. Ano yung error natin? Ganun din, crucial din. Sisimplihan lang eh. Sisimplihan lang. Yun ang hinihingi sa inyo eh. Basic lang, di ba?
Yes, coach.
Ang arte ng mga angle natin, sobrang gilid, sobrang gilid. Ang pinatutunayan, napakagaling natin, ganun.
Hindi pa, coach. Wag mo iwan yung block dito ka lang lagi. Kami mo lang zoom. Tatlo. Porsyento sa kumpila sa yan. Pag-block ka lang. One good pass. One good pass.
Coach Jerry telling the players that they have to go back to the basics, remember the foundations. And ito yung pinakamadaming narinig ko kay Coach Jerry in this invitation
He's
conference.
changed.
I know, I mean in the other leagues. Siya minsan nasa gilid lang siya, ganon. Pero dito, he's really coaching them.
Oh, that clips the line. They're still in this.
Nice, 21 to 23. Good time out there by Coach Jerry. And Coach Jerry has this strategy or this type of coaching na he lets his team talk to each other. So sa una, in the timeout, siya muna. And then yung teammates naman, yung nag-uusap about what they need to adjust. And speaking of adjustment, Trisha Tubu comes in here. Basarte with the service 22 to 23 now in set number 1.
Well, they want obviously more blocks with Tubu in. Oh. Pontilla sets it off. Estoque there.
Aiza Maizo Pontillas, 24 to 21 here. Set point for the PETRO GAZZ Angels. This is crucial for Farm Fresh. Oh! Service ace by Aiza will give PETRO GAZZ the first set of the first match in today's quadruple header as we see it more closely in this replay. Check that out. The dig by Farm Fresh. And the ace will bring us to set number 2, and we'll be back with some sets. New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for as low as 99 pesos per month. Set number 1 done courtesy of the PETRO GAZZ Angels, 25 to 21 with a 28-minute duration. Farm Fresh Foxies were really neck and neck there. As we check out, what went down in set number 1, give everyone a refresh. And what happened there, Noreen? What did you see?
Well, actually, for me, PETRO GAZZ really had a pretty slow start. Maybe it's because it's a morning game and the break. We had a 1-week break, but it really is a testament to how mature they are. It was a slow start. They bucked a slow start, and slowly but surely they still got the set. But what about Farm Fresh Foxies? We have to give it to them. I mean, it was a good start. It was close. They tied the game at 18 apiece. They had good blocking. If you take the positives from that set, they have to use their defense and try to now focus on set number 2.
As we see set 1 statistics here, let's check out The opponent error looks like something that Farm Fresh PETRO GAZZ needs to work on. What are the numbers that you see, Noreen?
We can see, obviously, attacks of PETRO GAZZ. They out-attack Farm Fresh Foxies. One thing they need to work on here in set number 2, they need to convert good defense into numbers, into points. PETRO GAZZ, we talked about their errors. We felt that throughout the first set. They had a lot of errors, about 6 more than Farm Fresh. So that's what they want to correct if they want to have a relatively better second set.
That's right. And speaking of second set, our teams here on the court, we'll see if PETRO GAZZ makes those adjustments, goes into their own pace of play, or Farm Fresh can keep it up and get their first set win here in the PVL Invitational Conference. It's Yanni Mai here, Noreen Go, Jaime Ascalon on the sidelines as we see. First point goes to PETRO GAZZ Angels.
Maiza Pontillas really showing us, I'm vintage me. I can score at will. She was blocked a couple of times in the first set, but towards the end, it was her who actually was scoring, and then that final ace, remember, to claim set number 1.
That's right. She has 8 points so far in this game. That service goes out, though, and Farm Fresh will go to their first score here in set number 2.
But what PETRO GAZZ has been doing correctly is really they're making up for their errors by attacking and converting. Oh!
Ooh, miscommunication. Cheng and Sabete. And this is what you were saying na baka it's the morning game.
Yeah. Very uncharacteristic because we know that Cheng and Sabete has played together for quite a while.
Right. Cheng will try with the other side. Aiza with that off speed. Farm Fresh will try this time. Ooh, and gets it off of the block of Rem Palma.
And they have a 2-point game.
Speaking of 2-point game, let's get the lowdown on the sidelines. Jaime, what do you have for us?
Yanni and Irene, you guys mentioned a lot of Coach Jerry on the end of that first set. Well, a little more on Coach Jerry. I asked both teams to describe what Coach Jerry is like, and as we all know, he is a man of few words, but his few words get the job done. It allows his team to learn. Sabi nga ni Gretchen Sotones, she recalls how Coach Jerry would only use one word, but that one word has a big impact in their game. And sabi nga ni Remy Palma and ni Gretchen Sotones as well na it was their Coach Jerry na inalagaan sila at pinatibay sila, and they wouldn't be the champion players that they will be today if it wasn't for him. Now let's go back to enjoying this match, which you can experience, of course, on the Pilipinas Live app. Make sure to download and subscribe for just 99 pesos.
Quotable quotes from Jaime Ascalon, a man of few words, but those words have impact.
Yeah, he's making us think. Jaime, thanks. One word. Okay, so how many one words? How many of those one words can we remember?
Right? Cross-court there is good by PETRO GAZZ Angels. Napaisip tuloy ako, are all my words, have the same impact? Si Coach Jerry, isang word lang eh.
We are people of many words.
We are people of many words. That's a nice way to put it. Jonas Abete here on your screen, serving 3-4 right now. Farm Fresh on top.
Oh, good serve.
Tag-sip tries. Farm Fresh will go to the wing. Cheng back set and attack from the back row. Mondoñedo, though, wasn't able to keep that in play.
Well, they're smiling and they're apologizing to Coach Oliver because that's not the best of sets. You can see Pontillas just trying to make it go through, and she still gets the point. Look at that reaction.
Well, they'll take it.
Yeah, they will.
Sabete with that serve. Mondoñedo with a reverse attack there. And the point goes to Farm Fresh. Pascual to thank for that one. Well, we have a slight pause here on the court as they just wiped the floor so that it's safe for all of our players. It's 5 serving 4 at the moment. Gail Pascual is the finals MVP actually of last season's NCAA. One of the best spikers last season, and she really stepped up her game with Benilde. Well, there's a couple of clarifications here, Coach O, with the referees. And Coach O trying to understand if the rotation here in the Farm Fresh side was a sub, or if it was the actual rotation that they gave.
Let's clarify that a bit later.
Right. But now that both of our teams are still neck and neck, just 1 point, what is something that both the teams can do to kind of pull away from each other?
Well, for me, PETRO GAZZ, what can we say about PETRO GAZZ? We saw it in the first set. It was a close first set. Then they eventually pulled away. Smart hitting. We talked about wits and experience. They obviously showed that towards the end of that first set. So, they're going to play their game, the usual. If they need to step on the gas, they will. Farm Fresh, I feel that, they have to try. We talked about their offense, their attacks. They only had 6 attacks in the first set as compared to, 17? Something like that. They need to improve on that. They need to score.
Right, and these players, we mentioned it, and the subplot of this game is PETRO GAZZ has a lot of experience coming in. They've been in the pros. These players finished their collegiate stints. Farm Fresh actually have players that are still going back to their collegiate experiences. But a cute anecdote here that's happening on the court is Joanna Sabete just talked to the Farm Fresh girls. You can see that there's still camaraderie, and it seems like Farm Fresh is the younger sisters now of the PETRO GAZZ team, especially if they're coached by the same mentor. PETRO GAZZ before with Coach Jerry, Farm Fresh now currently. So it's an interesting matchup that we have in this morning. And speaking of morning, hopefully you guys already had your breakfast. It's around 10 a.m. where we are. And Farm Fresh and PETRO GAZZ off of that long week-and-a-half break. Actually, these two teams have a longer break. It was around 10 days because they ended nung June 29. Pero the PVL Invitational Conference stopped at July 1. So, longer
days,
sila.
yeah.
Longer sila nagte-training, nakatenga, and Jaime nga mentioned in the pre-game that Farm Fresh used that opportunity to keep on practicing, to adjust, especially that the Invitational Conference is a very, very short league in the middle of the year. And speaking of Invitational Conference, can we refresh, the people who just came in on what we can expect in the tournament format going closer to the end of the preliminaries?
Yeah, as we await the outcome or the verdict of what's going on, you're right. It's a pretty short tournament. We have 11 teams broken down into 2 pools, and we call this the pool phase. A and B, 5 teams in Pool A, 6 teams in Pool B, and each pool will go through a single round robin.
Right.
And only 2 will get to the next round. So again, very short tournament, and every win is important because only 2 teams will make it to the next round.
And joining those 2 teams are our 2 foreign players coming into the next round as well. And it's very important that these 2 teams do well in terms of their performance here in the preliminaries, because that will carry over to the semifinals too. And a continuing delay is happening right now with a few clarifications from both camps, with the referees here communicating with one another. First referee, Fernando Velarde, and second referee, Jetroniel Paredes at the helm. So Coach Jerry Yee, a few clarifications are going on here on the sidelines. And the Gail Pascual waiting as well on the service line. But let's see if we can get an update on the situation that's happening right now.
Okay, so I heard it from the grapevine that it's called an illegal substitution of the libero.
Okay.
Because one of the players is not part, the other libero is not part of the official lineup for today's match. And she entered the game. So technically she can't play today.
All right.
So that's their violation.
So that was the clarification going on.
Yeah.
So according to the rules in the Invitational, only 14 players can be lined up for a specific game, but they can adjust the lineup in between their match for today, for example, and in the next match as well. So this is something that, they have to be wary of. As we see the game is in play once again here on the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Rem Palma will serve.
So you can see the score was actually adjusted because they were deducted a point. Anyhow, back to the game.
Back to the game. So again, teams can have a maximum pool of 20 players. 14 players are eligible to play in a game. So this is something that they have to watch out for.
Yeah, and prior to the game, you submit a lineup.
Right.
Then you have to follow that.
Right.
Yep.
And we play on.
Yes.
Sultanes with an off-speed hit. Santiago tries red though. Galdones is here on the court for PETRO GAZZ Angels. A miscommunication there. Aiza Maizo Pontillas unable to put that through.
Well, she has been successful with her off-speed, with her drops, but that time she needed a little bit more power there.
As we see Hentapa on the service line, a 6-all for both squads. One hand set, another miscommunication here in the PETRO GAZZ side.
Well, looking at Coach Oliver, not too bothered with these errors.
It seemed like the delay kind of iced them out, siguro. Galdones will try this time. Oh, miscommunication on the side of Farm Fresh this time. But a net touch goes to PETRO GAZZ. Let's check it out in this replay.
Well, it was a... Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, net touch.
Lucky break for Farm Fresh.
That's right. As we head on over to this break, we'll return.
Kasi hindi niya nakikita, zero tempo. Kung alam niya, zero tempo kasi siya eh. So hindi ka one tempo, binibigyan niya one tempo, zero. So sabihin mo kung papasok ka kagad.
Okay, coach.
Okay? Minimize tayo na error. Sayang eh, kasi ito lang sisimula yung mga...
Welcome back to the PVL. From rivals turned teammates turned champions, Janelle Cheng and Gretchen Sultanes has had their moments just like this V-Quick.
Super proud ako sa'yo kasi dati magkalaban lang tayo. Hoy, tinalo nyo kami, di ba?
Oo. Yun yung memorable sa akin.
That hurts the most. Di ba, long hair ako? Tapos nung natalo nyo kami, oh my God.
Grabe yung series na yun.
Thank you very much, Jaime, for that V-Quick. Pati yung buhok, pinapag-usapan nila. Natalo. Kaya nag-iba ng hairstyle si Gretch Sultanes by yung team nila Cheng at the time.
Yeah, I love how candid Janelle Cheng was grabbing seriously.
Oo nga.
That's how she ended.
Nagulat siya eh.
Yeah.
Sultanes with that off-speed. Gretch will try again. And the point will go to PETRO GAZZ Angels. Farm Fresh in the lead now. But PETRO GAZZ got set number 1. So Farm Fresh is aiming to get a set win, hopefully take this game home as well. PETRO GAZZ wanting to solidify their place at the top in Pool B. Cross court is long and PETRO GAZZ will continue with the points.
Yeah, well, actually, after leading by 3 right now, it's just a 1-point game, but still in favor of Farm Fresh. So what you want to do, get a stop right now.
And
Good pass.
Farm Fresh, alright on cue. Narinig ka ata. 10-8 on the scoreboard as we check it out more closely.
That was taking a page off of PETRO GAZZ's book there. Gamit just tipping it in the middle. Pero that was a perfect pass by Farm Fresh.
Service there. Cheng will go to the other side with Sultanes. Mondoñedo, Santiago. Cruz sets it for Aiza. Mondoñedo with a dump, and that is good in the middle of that donut hole of PETRO GAZZ.
Well, it's great for Farm Fresh to acknowledge the fact that right now the weakness of Petro Gazz is that center. So that's 2 straight points, just tipping it to the whole of Petro Gazz's defense.
Right, but this is the cue for Coach O to call a timeout. Let's listen in.
Okay, pasok muna. Pag may pagkakataon, kumumbinasyon tayo. Dalawang dulo nag-aabang. Yung middle naman, hindi naman nakakaabol ng dulo. It's para may reverse tayo. Okay? Okay, see, we have to keep on talking. Okay, after yan, first time. Okay, pigil na tayo. Pigil, one stop. Pigil muna, pigil muna.
Ate, let's go! Hey, Petro Gazz!
8-11, Farm Fresh up on top here in set number 2. We see Kate Santiago, of course, here in the Petro Gazz side as well. Gretchel Siltones, if you guys are joining us in the Pilipinas Live app, go ahead and interact with our poll that's going on there. Siltones will try this time and she powers through the wall of Farm Fresh.
Yeah, she is the consistent factor on the side of Petro Gazz. So we expect her to get a bit more sets here as they try to chase Farm Fresh in set number 2.
Siltones here on our service line. Santiago with the first ball. Farm Fresh here. Oh, and that doesn't pass the net as Farm Fresh will get another point on the scoreboard.
Well, defense breaking down for Petro Gazz here.
Mondoñedo, team captain, will serve. Cruz. Back set to Pontillas, over receive. Will Petro Gazz find a way? And they do catches the line. Petro Gazz 10-12 right now.
You like the way Aiza Pontillas set herself up. You know, that's such a smart and a strong hit, and then it was an overpass, then she just goes down the line.
Aiza Pontillas making a way here in the second set. Galdones with that serve. Quick set and attack here by Kate. Kate tried to find the opening in the back. Masyado lang too strong for her.
Well, it seemed like at that play she was trying to brush it off the blocker's hand because she put a lot of power, but Rem Palma did not commit to that.
They were not on the same page with that one. Strong attack by Pascual. Cheng goes to Sabete. Cross court goes outside. Farm Fresh continues to pull away here in set number 2. Galdones goes out as Cruz will come back in.
Well, for me, Sabete just can't seem to find her timing. You know, it's she's been adjusting to the sets. Always, they call it lunod. You know, she had to stay in the air and, you know, commit that hitting area.
Aside from Jonah, Aiza is doing well right now for the team, contributing a lot. That last point came from her.
Actually, it's more Aiza and Soltones playing well.
Mondoñedo with a set attack there. But Pascual catches the net and the line. So the point will go to Petro Gazz, and it is a deadlock here.
Yeah, you can see this net violation. Her momentum just carried her through there.
She was almost in the clear. And it's the end.
Got her face.
Her face
got her
went
face.
in the net. Santiago here, the first ball. Quick set and attack to Zam. Nolasco is good cross court.
Well, that's a great set by Mondoñedo. You know, running the middles there. We haven't seen a lot of that from Farm Fresh. It's a good time to run the middles.
Mondoñedo, part of the College of St. Benilde squad that's here in the Invitational. Back-to-back champions in the NCAA, as we see Sabete try this time. Petro Gazz calls for a touch, but the first referee said that it sailed out and Farm Fresh will inch away from Petro Gazz.
But you like the confidence of Coach Oliver with Jonah Sabete. You know, obviously she hasn't found her rhythm, like, as we kept saying, first set, second set. But still, you know, he's keeping her there.
Right, and we know what Jonah is capable of.
Yeah.
We've seen it in the previous conferences and the previous games. She just has to warm up here in this game as PETRO GAZZ will score 14, serving 15 right now.
We have to mention Sabet is 4th among scorers, and then 3rd among spikers, meaning efficiency rate, and then top 10 in digs. So all around.
Experience a new way to feel the heart of volleyball. Watch every set, spike, dig, and block on any device, anytime, anywhere via the Pilipinas Live. Download the app now and subscribe for only 99 pesos per month. I've subscribed, guys. I just want to tell you all, and it's been a blast. The experience has been smooth. I'm enjoying all the sports in that app. That over-receive, though, blocked by Farm Fresh, and the point will go to the Foxies.
Well, we were talking about Coach Oliver staying with Sabete. Now he brings in Nicole Tiamzon to try to change things up. They're down by 3.
Right. Oh, but I don't know if we jinxed that one. I don't think so. Nicole Tiamzon, though, unable to save that ball as Farm Fresh pulls away. And the screams that, I'm not sure if you guys can hear, but we can hear some screams in our back from the Adamson players supporting their teammates. Kate Santiago and Trisha Tubu on the floor right now.
Well, Rem Palma gets the point off the slide there.
And Casey Galdones will come in. Rem Palma goes to the service line. PETRO GAZZ 15, serving 18, and that catches the net. There's been a lot of service errors for the PETRO GAZZ side in this match.
Actually, errors in general. And we did say, even in the first set, you know, they had a lot more errors than Farm Fresh.
Right. So Tones tries coverage here by Farm Fresh. Will they chase it? Kate gives them a chance ball. Aiza, Cheng. So Tones again, cross court. Lazo was there. Casey saw that opening, powered her way through.
Yeah, but we have to mention that was such a great shoot set by Cheng to one blocker here, and this paved the way for the overpass for Casey Galdones. I like the reaction of Cheng after that kill by Galdones.
Cheng on the serve. First ball. And up here, Trisha Tubu. There, what did you see there? It seemed like it was a misreceive.
Misreceive, yeah, misreceive. And then the second ball, they couldn't keep it back in the court, so Tubu had nowhere to go.
Now PETRO GAZZ with that serve. Cheng again for that one. Trisha tries with that coverage there, over receive, but Farm Fresh has the ball. Masarte goes back to Tubu. Casey and Gretsch find a way.
Great blocking on the side of PETRO GAZZ. We didn't see that in the first set, but here in the second set, they're more aggressive at the net. You like the substitution then by Coach Oliver bringing Casey Galdones in.
Casey Galdones, former UST Golden Tigress. Aiza Maizo with a down the line. 19 all. And PETRO GAZZ is bringing the firepower. Let's see if they can maintain that. But after after we check this out closely, we head on to a timeout here and let's listen in.
Kargado ba yung short? Hindi mo makontrol, di wala tayong play. Kargado ba yung short?
Achi, tayo, compose tayo ha. Yung first ball mo na. Para makapala tayo maayo. Go, nakita na. Ayun lang, stick mong tuil. Igalaw lang. Achi, yung target, ikaw. Pa-short. Pa-short lang. Short lang. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Kaya mo yan. Short lang.
Point ball game as we see Kate Santiago here on the floor. Trisha Tubu, her teammate back in the Adamson University days, of course, coached by Coach Jerry Yee in the latest tournament. Chanel Cheng with 6 excellent sets so far. Chin. PETRO GAZZ here will make away. Aiza with a adjustment. Farm Fresh will try.
Good dig.
Cheng to Sultanes is blocked, but they get it off of the block of Trisha Tubu and the Gamit.
Well, we have to mention with the entry of Nicole Tiamzon, it's like you see a different chemistry altogether, right? You see they're celebrating more, they're talking more.
And that could be the advantage coming off from the bench, right? You have a different perspective going in to the game, and PETRO GAZZ actually has a 5-0 run so far. Farm Fresh, Kate tries with that one, and this time getting off of the page of PETRO GAZZ, she gets it off of the block.
Yep. Cheng tried to retrieve, but not enough speed there. But we have to give it to Cheng. She's been serving well, targeting the back row, yeah.
Utilizing a lot of the players in the side of PETRO GAZZ. Dorog comes in for Mitch as she'll serve.
Yeah, we talked about her in the pregame, and it's good for Farm Fresh to put her in here in the second set.
Right. One of the players we highlighted, now we're seeing action from her here in set number 2. Quick set and attack by Gretsch, blocked. Cheng goes to Pontillas. Mondoniero, quick set and attack by Zam Nolasco. Cheng back set to Aiza again. Mondoniero tries with this spike.
Oh, still alive.
Hustle here by Farm Fresh. And they just find a way.
Kate Santiago off speed there after, you know, helter-skelter volleyball. She took a page again off the veterans. I can just find that hole.
Kate Santiago is someone that we're also excited to see do well here in the pro leagues. She had a great outing in her second season last year in the last conference for the UAAP. But that one was too strong for Mondoniedo as Farm Fresh will give that point to PETRO GAZZ.
Trying to be aggressive offensively, Mondoniedo. Sorry, and, you know, wasted opportunity for Farm Fresh.
Sultana serves. Kate with the first ball. Back to Kate. She'll try. Coverage here by Farm Fresh. From the back, Pascual. Cheng with the one-handed set, but Nicole was late. Tiamzon was late for that.
You know, the focus of Cheng was not to touch the net. So she just did what she could, try to keep that ball in play, and it was too high for Galdones. And, you know, yeah, miscue with Tiamzon.
Right. Mondoniedo with a serve. Cheng will try with KC, and KC finds a way.
Pretty textbook volleyball for PETRO GAZZ. Perfect pass by Cruz to set this up for Galdones.
Palma now on the front. KC with that serve. Mondoniedo to the wing. Galdones. Cheng to Nicole Tiamzon. Over receive. To the back to Aiza this time. Mondoniero was there. Santiago was set for the wing. Cheng goes to Nicole once again.
Still alive.
Long rally going on here. Can they keep it up? Clo. Soft touch. Cheng. Tiamzon. And And she ends that long rally.
Much to the delight of the crowd this morning. Crowd, that was a great rally, Yanni.
One of the more energetic rallies.
Yes.
Hope we can see more of that as we check it out in this replay. Just avoiding the double block, Tiamzon. And we head on to this timeout. Let's listen in.
Wala kayong plano, di talo.
Real tayo. Napakalinya. Bitaw na sa bitaw na sa isa kabila. Ayan. Hey, 1, 2, 3! Go, bro! Pasok tayo sa...
23-22 Petro Gazz, 1 point lead right now, and Jaime mentioned it a while ago, Coach Jerry, a man of few words. Hopefully those words create an impact or a run here for Farm Fresh if they want to clinch the second set. But we see, of course, the Signal HD Spikers gearing up for the next match of the day. Some Pool B action and a sprinkle of Pool A later on.
Everyone can get in the action today.
That's right. Signal will go up against Photon Tornadoes later on around lunch as Casey Galdones serves a miss. Received by Kate, but Farm Fresh able to push it through. Tiamzon will try. Remy Palma, though, saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Nakuha niya na yung bola.
What a save there by Mondoñedo. That was a misreceive, and they
Right.
make something out of nothing.
23 all. We're neck and neck here in set number 2. Cheng goes to Rem Palma, and she said, nope, not on my watch.
Trust in Remy Palma to try to bring them across the finish line here in the second set.
Right. And the energy of Rem Palma as well. She seems like she's just doing her thing, enjoying the game.
Ever since she was with FU, she's been like that.
We love it. Kate Santiago with the first ball. Mondoñedo will go to the wing.
Chance.
Rem Palma tries. Lazo covers. Mondoñedo back to Gentapa. Tiamzon blocked. Powerful block there by Gail Pascual.
And they're reminding Petro Gazz, we have blocking, we have game.
It's not over yet.
Look at that. Look at the way she reached over the net, you know? Cheng and Palma having some fun conversations with Pascual.
Gail Pascual's 4th block in this match as a substitution happens here in Coach Jerry Yee's side. Dorog comes out. And Nolasco here, 24 all. It's an intense match. The heat is on, literally and figuratively, here in Phil Sports Arena. Block there. Cheng will try. She pushes it to the other side.
Chance Farm Fresh!
Gail Pascual with that coverage here by Greg Sotones as they go to Nicole Tiamzon.
Good dig!
Mondoñedo. Oh, that one catches the line.
So these few words by Coach Jerry obviously created, like you said, an impact, and now they have set point.
Right. Set point here for Farm Fresh Foxies as we head on to this timeout. And Coach O clarifying something with the referees as well. Let's listen in.
Huwag magkamali magka-error. May lang. Pag magka-deset, palo lang, may cover tayo, ha? Ulit to. Focus lang tayo. Okay lang, kapit lang. Go.
Ulang, hey!
Coach O here in the sidelines using the timeout to clarify something from the referees. Apparently regarding the substitutions as well. Let's
The word that I'm hearing a lot is substitution. They're looking at the technicality of the substitutions. But then, play resumes.
And we play on.
Set point, Farm Fresh. Will this be their first set of the PVL?
I know. Let's see if Petro Gazz can stump them, take this set home. But the momentum is good for Farm Fresh at the moment. Block there. Oh! Rem Palma just doing her thing, as we said.
You know, that's really experience for you from Rem Palma. Crucial moments she went up to stop that.
Right? And just look at her face. It's just like, yep.
Another day at the office.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
One-on-one.
Kate Santiago. Combination play for Farm Fresh. Cheng will go to Gretch Saltones. Saltones here will give Petro Gazz their 26 points.
Yeah, you know, that's just a great set by Cheng. Look at that. The blocker slow to close, and that little gap, Saltones just took advantage.
Tiami Tiamzon with a serve. Kate Santiago here, first ball. They go to Pascual. Pascual saves another set point here for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
You like the attitude being displayed by Farm Fresh here in set number 2. They're fighting it out. They want the first set of PVL.
Yeah, they want this. Let's see. Gretch Saltones with that off-speed coverage here. They go to Jade. No one in the back for Farm Fresh.
Boy, huge stops on the side of Petro Gazz. Blocking, working wonders for them in this latter part.
And a substitution as Casey Galdones goes in for the camp of Coach O.
Well, this time they have set point.
Rem Palma. Crucial serve here. Lazo. Ooh, and a soft touch. Not too fancy, as what Coach Jerry told them in one of the timeouts will give them the 27th.
That's such a smart drop. Gamit just finding that hole there. Look at that. She knew what she wanted to do. She saw Palma was really far from the net.
Gamit doing her thing here in the Invitational Conference. Saltones powers through. Lazo was there to cover. Mondoñedo, quick set and attack by Kate Santiago. 28 for Farm Fresh.
2 straight drops on the side of Farm Fresh. I'm sure Coach Jerry had a lot to do with that, you know, showing that this is the weakness right now. Let's just play it smart.
Right. In that previous timeout that Coach Jerry called a while ago, we just heard 2 words.
Yeah.
And look at this. Saltones, though. She says, you know, kids, remember who I am.
She's just so good. I mean, that set was far. It was a vertical leap. She didn't have that broad jump, but still, look at that follow through. Look at that swing.
Wow.
Look at that.
Lady Beast.
Look at that angle. Wow.
Right. We see the serve here, Farm Fresh. Quick set and attack. Saltones. Cheng will go to Contillas. Chase here. Mondoñedo goes to the wing. Down the line. Over receive. Outside.
There, you know, again, great attitude. You know, if this, for me, if this is how they play, I'm excited about the future of these kids.
Kids coming from UAAP and the NCAA. A mix between College of St. Benilde and Adamson University players under the mentorship of Coach Jerry Yee. It's set number 2. We have extended. Let's see who takes this set home. Saltones. Cross court.
Chance!
Blocked. Coverage. Play. Petro Gazz gets the point.
Well, they get the stop, you know. Coach, first referee Velarde, they actually pressed the buzzer. But since there was a dead ball already on the side or in favor of Petro Gazz, they nullified the challenge. Lucky break, actually, for Petro Gazz.
Right. It's a deadlock again, 29 all. Good morning, everyone.
Great morning.
Great morning. Kate Santiago. Combination play read like a book by Casey and Aiza.
Again, blocking. you mentioned, Yanni, in set number 1, 0 blocks for Petro Gazz.
Right.
I'm curious, they probably have 4 or 5 right now, and a lot of that at this close part of the second set.
Right. Both teams have warmed up, apparently, and
Yeah.
now they're bringing their A game here. Mondoñedo will go to Kate Santiago. Outside! And Petro Gazz
Oh,
will take... Oh, there is a challenge here.
They will challenge.
They will challenge.
because this one, they already signaled the set belonged to Petro Gazz. So what can Farm Fresh do? Hope and pray that Maizo Pontiles or anybody
Touch.
had a block touch.
Okay.
There, you have nothing to lose, right?
Right. I've never been so nervous for a challenge. So this one. Block touch challenge from Farm Fresh in the last part
Yeah.
of the set number 2. It's 29-30. And for those who just tuned in, it's been neck and neck, especially in the latter part of the set. The story here, if Farm Fresh can get their first set win, and we see the replay,
No
looks
block
like
touch.
no block touch. And challenge unsuccessful for Coach Jerry Yee. Petro Gazz now takes set number 2. They have 2 sets right now. And we'll come back for more volleyball action here in the PVL Invitational Conference. New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for as low as 99 pesos per month. We're entering set number 3, but here in set number 2, we've extended the match. 41 minutes of volleyball action between the Petro Gazz Angels and the Farm Fresh Foxies. What was exciting about this set for you, Noreen?
You know, this was a set that could have gone either way. Really, both teams have had their share of set points. But in the end, we have to mention, really the defense of Petro Gazz just went in a different level. You know, key stops, key blocks, we saw that. Because, you know, Petro Gazz is so focused on, you know, they don't want to extend this set. They want to end it in 3 as much as possible. So defense worked wonders. But what about Farm Fresh? Again, you cannot help but commend their game because they're a new team, but they're showing so much promise.
That's right. This new team here going toe-to-toe against the Petro Gazz Angels. And here we have the set 2 statistics. What numbers stand out for you?
Again, it's same as the first set. Petro Gazz out atop Farm Fresh, but one thing they worked on is their blocking. And again, it happened in that crucial stretch towards the end. Petro Gazz, 14 errors compared to 6. So it was a close match. The errors and the attacks, you know, attacks kind of negate the errors also of Petro Gazz. That's why they've been successful, even though they commit 14 errors as compared to 6. They had 19 attacks.
Right, and we check, you know, the opponent errors, the attacks as well. But let's see how they change it up here in set number 3. PVL Invitational Conference right on your screens. Thank you everyone for watching us. If you're watching on the Pilipinas Live app on One Sports Channel 6, One Sports Plus Channel 261, And on signal play, it's Yani Mai here with Noreen Go. And in the sidelines, Jaime Ascalon. It's a UP panel for today. Just needed to
naming
mention
mahal.
that once. But of course, enough with the university talk. We're here in the pros. And we're getting to the third set of the first match in this quadruple header.
Yeah, well, again, Farm Fresh, a lot of promise. We saw, Nolasco is playing big, Kate Santiago. And both teams are sticking to their starting six, except for Galdones for PETRO GAZZ, who actually got the nod in the second and the third set.
Right, so Casey Galdones will start here for the side of Coach O. And Farm Fresh will maintain their starters. A few clarifications once again here in the sidelines with our second referee, Jetroniel Paredes. And in set number 3, this is another opportunity for Farm Fresh to get their first set win, for PETRO GAZZ to solidify their stand at the top. And each game is very crucial in the Invitational because what they do in the preliminaries will carry over in the semifinals if ever they get in. So here we see Cheng with a serve as she starts us off. Pascual, that powerful hit there. Cross court for Farm Fresh Foxies.
Yeah, it clips the line. So just to explain the lull before the start of this third set. So we saw Rem Palma inside the court. It was Des Clemente who was supposed to be there. So it's not Rem Palma who will start it in the third set.
Oh, okay. So now we see Mondoñedo to Estoque from the block, and we'll take this opportunity to get some insider from Jaime Ascalon. Jaime?
Despite losing 8 straight sets, like you said, Noreen, they have showed a lot of promise. And one player who has showed so much promise this season is Libero Kay Lazaro, who is the 3rd best digger in the PVL Invitational Conference. Now, I told Kay that she's the 3rd best digger next to Macandile and Arado. At di siya makapaniwala that she is next to those names. Sabi nga niya, parang naninibago pa siya na yung mga atin niya, mga ina-idol niya dati, she's now playing against them. Now, one thing that the overtime work did was to give them more self-esteem and to try to find their groove as they still try to get their first set win here in this Invitational Conference. Now let's go back to enjoying this match, which you can experience, of course, in the Pilipinas Live app for just 99 pesos. Now back to the panel.
Thank you, Jaime. Actually, Kay Lazo was the top 7th digger back in UAAP season 85. She was alternating with Karen Verdeflor back then. Now she's doing really well here in the pros.
Yeah, she's holding her own. I mean, to be number 3 and number 1 and 2 is Dawn Macandile, like Jaime said, and Kat Arado. I mean, how huge is that for her?
Right. Amongst the legends, as we say. We check out that replay that gave PETRO GAZZ their second points right on the line.
Oh, that was close.
But that goes onto the net. And for people who just tuned in, PETRO GAZZ has been getting service errors from time to time since set number 1. It's something that we've talked about that they have to minimize. Farm Fresh right now is up by 2 as Nolasco will serve.
Oh,
Ooh.
Barely crossed.
Mondoñedo to Estoque. Cross court. Will they chase it? Gretsch does. Push it to the other side. Nolasco with that first ball. Mondoñedo back to Wewe. And that one finds an opening.
You knew she was going to get a point some way, somehow, with her attacks prior to that kill. Yes, PETRO GAZZ would keep it alive, but you knew she was going to get this point.
As she goes back to the service line. A lot of promising players here in the Foxy side, especially with their collegiate stints.
Yeah, for me, their first stint here in the PVL. It's supposed to be a learning experience, And as they go through their program, as they get better, they're gonna be a good team.
Right. And speaking of good team, they get another point. It's 2-6 right now on the scoreboard as we check that out closer.
Yeah. Maizo Pontillas didn't know what hit her. But yeah, great start by Farm Fresh. That's the way to go about it. Forget about the first 2 sets. Just get the positives learned and then focus on the 3rd set.
That's right. But Aiza will show her, veteran moves as she gets that score off of a powerful attack.
Yeah, after that error, she makes up for that. Look at that, a one-on-one.
Service errors so far. Farm Fresh with 1, Petro Gazz with 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, total for this game.
Oh, that's one thing Farm Fresh is doing right. Serving well, just 1 error.
Right. Pascual with the off-speed hit to the tip. Tiami will try. Mondoñedo will go to Estoque this time. Blocked though. Coverage here by Pascual. Estoque will push it to the other side. Aiza! Need we say more?
Well, great set once again. We always have to say that. It's a great set because the blockers, look at this. No, just 1 blocker. That's the middle one. Gamit was slow to close. Look at that. She had the entire angle to work with.
Galdones with the serve. Lazo sets up Estoque. Cheng will go to the other side. Tiamzon, coverage here by Petro Gazz. Oh, she tried to get it off of a wipe. Oh, there is.
Yeah.
There is a touch. Touch point here by Tiamzon. Let's check it out and get a closer look. Here we have Pascual on the service line, 7, serving 6. It's set number 3. Combination play, Nicole Tiamzon is good.
We don't see a lot of combination plays so far today, but there, again, Desclemente sold that really well. Great set. And then Tiamzon gets the point.
Aiza Pontillas with 15 points from 13 attacks, 1 block and 1 ace, but she'll give the 8th point to Farm Fresh as we head on to a technical timeout. We'll be back. Hanggang 550 pesos until July 15 para mapanood ang lahat ng games, commercial-free and in high definition, at pwede pang manalo ng authentic Gilas Pilipinas merchandise. Visit signal.tv for more details. Available din sa mga satellite subscribers. As we check it, playing it right, Angels versus the Foxies, 27 opponent errors and 8 opponent errors right now.
Well, we talked about PETRO GAZZ or Waterloo, obviously, their errors. We mentioned that in the first and second set. So Foxy's playing so much better in that aspect.
Right. And it's a 9-8 game. Tiamzon with 5 points from 4 attacks and 1 ace. Mondoñedo will go to Jessa Dorog. Cruz with the first ball. Cheng. Soltones sails out. Oh, the point will go to PETRO GAZZ. There was a touch according to our first referee.
I like how first referee Velarde is saying, okay, calm down, calm down. I saw that block touch by Gamit.
Right. 9-8 right now. 10-8 rather. Soft touch by
Good save.
Gamit. And she tries again. Tiamzon from the back. Mondoñedo to Dorog.
Oh! We talked about her in the pregame. And
Right.
not much action in today's match, but there, I mean, she's showing us that, hey, I deserve to be on court.
Right. Dorog, someone that we highlighted over on the pregame a while ago. Along with Kay Lazo. And the Farm Fresh side, as we see Lazo come in for Coach Jerry Yee. Des Clemente here on the service line. It's 11 serving 9 in set number 3.
Better serve.
Dorog soars. Clemente will set. Coverage here by Farm Fresh. Jessa will try again. No go by Cheng. Gale though. And the point will be awarded to PETRO GAZZ.
Yeah, she stepped on the line, obviously illegal back row attack. But for me, when you look at the statistics of Farm Fresh, you have to be happy with the way they're playing because errors are at a minimum. Attacks are there, blocking in the first set. So these are the things that you want to see from a very young team.
Right. Ooh, the miscommunication there in the faces of the PETRO GAZZ side as Farm Fresh will score another point and PETRO GAZZ just stuck in the mud with that.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to mention there was a miscue between two middle blockers. But technically, it's the person facing the ball.
Right.
You know, that's your responsibility. Galdones had her back against the net. You know, so better vantage point is for Clemente to actually get it.
So naghintayan sila.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically.
Because normally it's not the middles who really are the more aggressive ones in terms of defense, right? It's the liberos and the wings. But yeah, tubo in.
A dump there, pancake save, it's good. Trisha will try this time. Cheng will go to the wing. Soltones.
The dig.
Dorog. Ooh! Read well by the blockers of PETRO GAZZ.
Well, they have to be careful when they drop because you always have, for me, if you're a player, you want to drop, it always has to have a purpose. Meaning, it's either you will drop it, brush it through the blocker's hands, or go over it. You don't feed it. And in that play, she fed it to Galdones. So yeah.
But the Farm Fresh will make up for that. Play a while ago. It's 11-13, courtesy of Zam Nolasco.
Well, it's just a 2-point game.
Dorog here in the service. Farm Fresh slowly catching up to PETRO GAZZ Angels. Pretzel Soltones though. Always the reliable player, as we said. And she earns a high five from Coach O.
And for the rest of her teammates, you know, for me also, it's her swing, her contact, her follow through. It's always just so quick. Sometimes the blockers are not yet ready.
They go to Estoque, blocked. And up, Lazo. Back row attack by Dorog. That one is too long, too strong for Jessa.
Yeah, good decision on the part of Janelle Cheng to let that go. But Farm Fresh, you have to be careful now. You're committing a bit more errors than normal.
15 serving 11. Jessa with the first ball. Estoque tries with the cross court. Aiza makes away, but ooh, net touch. As we head on to our second technical timeout here in the PVL Invitational. Arena in Pasig City as we see the PETRO GAZZ Angels, Nicole Tiamzon with 5 points right now in this ball game against the Farm Fresh Foxies. Here on our screens, it's 16-11 on the scoreboard. As Trisha Tubo will try. Tiamzon, but blocked by Nolasco and Tubo.
Yeah, Nolasco actually really covered that angle pretty well.
And we see as well here in the replay a closer look. Read well there by the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Looks like 2 hands are on that. Oh,
Over receive, Casey makes away, and she's been doing well with the over receives.
yeah. She's been given a lot of opportunities to get those points. And this one with the help of the net.
Right. Casey on the service line, it's 17-12 right now. And also on the court, Pia Ildefonso making her debut in today's game. Casey Galdones has 6 points, 3 attacks, 2 blocks, and 1 ace so far. A dive. Pia pushes it forward. Cheng will go to Tiamzon. Gets it off of the block, and PETRO GAZZ will inch away from Farm Fresh.
Well, these contributions by Nicole Tiamzon's keeping her in the court. You know, I mean, she's sub-Sabete, who kind of struggled today, and Tiamzon just great performance today.
Pia Ildefonso in the previous games wasn't able to see action. Now she's here for Coach Jerry Yee. Gamit tried with that single block, but Des Clemente says no entry.
Yeah, she read that. You know, it was a one-on-one. She committed to that block. She stayed with it, and she gets the point.
Commit to the role.
Yeah. She only had one person, you know, she's focused on one person, and that's Gamit.
19-12, KC still on the service line. Trisha Tubo blocked Dorog with the first ball. They go back to Trisha. Will she make away? Soltones here. Cheng goes to Tiami, and referee singles a double touch.
And Cheng knew that. You know, the way she walked straight down to the first referee, she knew she committed that error.
Kita ng first referee. Oh, miscommunication there. They choose Mitch, blocked by Tiami. Oh!
How do we describe that play?
Well, you know, Farm Fresh all over the place at that moment. PETRO GAZZ just really tried to take advantage of the ruckus on the court.
It's action by the net. And Nicole Tiamzon just wanted to end it.
Right. Marian Buitre here on the court as Chisa at captain goes on the service line. It's 20 serving 13 in set number 3. Oh, catches the line. Rem Palma knew it too. She signaled it. It's going in.
And I see a nice smile from Coach hitting it off the blockers, trying to read the opponent's defense.
Basarte goes to Gamit and she pushes it through, gets the line.
You're actually surprised that Farm Fresh didn't go a lot to the drops because we have seen them score a couple of points in set number 2. That's the first one, and they get a point.
G. Hervashov seeing action here in the first game after that long break.
Yeah, Coach Oliver emptying his bench right now.
G will find a way. That one catches the antenna.
Yeah.
It's 17 rather to 22. Farm Fresh slowly inching and knocking on the door of PETRO GAZZ.
Well, they're still in it.
They are still in it. Let's see if they can create another deadlock. Ooh, Buitre finds a way though. That small gap with Farm Fresh. He gets it off of the touch.
And you will remember Buitre and the sister of Doro, Justin Doro, were teammates in UP and then in Cherry. So it's probably, I'm looking at the sister. I'm playing against the sister.
Would be interesting to get her thoughts on this moment, but that one, no go for Farm Fresh Foxies, and PETRO GAZZ gets another point. A lot of errors right now for the Foxy side.
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, it's sad because they've been playing well. Even if they didn't win the first 2 sets, when we talk about them checking their errors, they were playing at a very good level. But in set number 3, a little bit more errors than normal.
Match point here for PETRO GAZZ. Can the Farm Fresh extend it? Or can PETRO GAZZ bring this one home? Dorog will try. Buitre cross scores, and that seals the deal for the PETRO GAZZ Angels as they get set number 3. First game after that week and a half break. And the Farm Fresh Foxies continue on. No set win streak, still looking for their first win of the PVL Invitational Conference. Good matchup though between Farm Fresh and the PETRO GAZZ Angels to start us off in this PVL morning, as we see the camaraderie between both teams. So now that we finished with the first game of the day, we can relive this game and all PVL games and stories anytime, anywhere on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for as low as 99 pesos per month. We'll be back to wrap this all up. PVL Invitational Conference is the heart of volleyball. We just witnessed the match between the PETRO GAZZ Angels and the Farm Fresh Foxies. 25-21 the first set, 31-29, and 25-17 to cap it all off in favor of the PETRO GAZZ side. Of course, later on, we'll head on to the best player of the game. But while we're here and while we see the score, we saw that Farm Fresh actually was able to extend the second set. And in the third set, they were just a few points away. And bringing us to the best player of the game, it's our opportunity to toss it over to Jaime Escalon. Jaime, who do we have there?
Thank you, Yanni and Noreen. With me right now is our best player of the game, Gretchen Soltones. 16 points, 15 attack points, 1 block. Gretchen, pinag-usapan nga natin si Coach Jerry kanina at yung napakabata, ang fresh na Farm Fresh Foxies. How impressed are you lalo na nung set number 2 na lumaban talaga sila?
Wala naman bago sa kanila kasi nakalaban na namin sila through tune-up game. So malakas talaga yung mga batang yun. And also super happy ko for them kasi nag-cover ako sa game sila and mas nag-improve sila ngayon.
Sabi nga din sa akin ni Remy Palma na may konting iyakan na naganap nung umalis si MJ. Pero nag-step up naman today si Casey Galdonas at Des Clemente. Ano masasabi mo sa progress nila bilang middle blocker ng Petro Gazz?
Deserve lalong-lalo na si Des kasi nag-hard work talaga siya. Every training, nag-extra. And si Casey naman, may Starbucks siya sa akin to kasi sabi ko sa kanya, pag maayos yung game na, bibigyan ko siya ng reward.
Congratulations kay Casey, may Starbucks siya. May mga gusto ko bang batiin?
Yeah, una-una sa lahat, thank you po sa Villa Vicencio family sa support niyo sa amin. Yung nanonood dito, yung fiancé ko si Mark Jason Morada, Kuya Rainiel de la Cruz, and Kuya Joe Villagracia. And thank you po sa lahat ng mga supporters ng Petro Gazz.
There you have it, Gretchen Soltones, our best player of the game. I turn it back to the panel.
Thank you, Jaime. Well, sana all may Starbucks. May pa Starbucks. Congratulations to the Petro Gazz Angels, of course, and also the Farm Fresh Foxies as we check out everything that went down in today's match. What did you see, Noreen?
For me, it wasn't an easy game for Petro Gazz. Again, they started out slow. They were challenged in the second set, nearly lost it, but they just, maintained the right composure to win this in 3 sets. And I like the way Gretchen Soltones was commending the kids. They deserve this and they deserve that. And, they're looking, this win is very important to them because they want to be in the top 2 going to the next round.
That's right. They are trying to solidify their ranks and the top in the Pool B standings. And later on, we'll see more Pool B action as well as even in Pool A. But it was an interesting match, an exciting one in the middle of it. And it was a good treat for everyone coming back from that long break, that long PVL break. With that week and a half. But we see the match statistics. What are the numbers that stand out for you?
Well, of course, the attacks, you can see, it's almost double the attacks, 53 as compared to 29. The blocking, you see 5 blocks for Farm Fresh. They should be happy with that. Aces by 2. Opponents' errors. Petro Gazz has got to go back to the drawing board and know that they're going to check their errors. That's about an average of 10 errors per set with 30 errors. Farm Fresh, 16. That's pretty good. Again, very happy for the program of Farm Fresh, a new team, but again, a bright future for this team.
Right, the opponent error for Petro Gazz is more than a set.
More than a set.
More than a set, but Farm Fresh, of course, sabi nga ni Gretchen, really proud of these kids, stepping up to the plate, especially here in the pro ranks. And we're excited to see what else they have in store here in the preliminaries. Petro Gazz, will see them, continue on with the top ranks here in the Pool B team standings. And we'll check out more action as well for Pool A and Pool B later on. A while ago, we have Signal HD Spikers and the Photon Tornadoes coming up, Akari Chargers and Cherry Tigo later on, and Chocomucho and F2 Logistics coming up. But on behalf of the broadcast team, Derek Alneri, Noreen Go, Jaime Ascalon, the people in the broadcast truck, I'm Yani Mayo, and stay tuned for more PVL action.
I think it's everyone's dream as an athlete growing up to be able to do the sport that you love for a living.
Dito natin mahanap yung maturity na kinakailangan natin as a player. Kung ano yung natutunan ko sa beach volley, pagdating sa indoor, yun po yung gagawin ko.
Someone that knows that bad games doesn't mean it's the end of your career.